What is going on, Blazers back? Welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, it's been quite some time since I've recorded a garage review. In fact, here's a fun little fact. The garage we're reviewing today, a lot of good things to say about this, because the player of the garage reminds me of myself, actually. But yeah, so here we go to Nathan's garage. This is a garage that is less than 3 months old. It's like 2.5 months old, right? The last time I posted a garage review video was 3 months ago, right? Which means that this dude has never actually seen a real garage review video before. It was kind of funny because what I do for a garage review is that I always make this like long PDF of notes, and I send it to the owner, and then I actually make a video about it afterwards, right? So I sent the owner the notes, and then he was like, dude, you know what's a really cool idea? If you made a video out of this. And I'm just like, I do. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Last time I posted one in the series 3 months ago. He probably found my channel like, 2 months ago or something like that, which I think is pretty funny. So anyway, we are reviewing a very cool garage. Like I said, it reminds me of myself and how I play, because as you can see, dude's got 3 comments. 3! He's got 3. At this point, man, full send it. Just get rid of every single comment over here. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Details, stats, all that kind of stuff. If you're interested to know what the full notes look like, I'll put it in the description below. But as always, garage details. Favorite brand, country, obviously is the States. Acura, Ford, Chevrolet. So those are his 3 main brands. Favorite car includes the Acura NSX, the Mustang GTD, and the Mustang Dark Horse. Obviously the GTD and the Dark Horse, for some unknown reason, is not in top drives yet. But the NSX are in the game, all of them. Well, not all of them, but many of them. Favorite niche would be, I like this one. So his favorite niche is just asphalt. So no wacky crap. I like that. None of those mixed track sets or, figure of 8 or whatever. No, just asphalt. Doesn't play clubs often. Garage age is about 3 months, 2.5 months. Nose Blossom Choice, Dream Car, BAC Mono. That's gonna be a tough one. Who's gonna break it to him? So the BAC Mono has already been given out as a prize car, and as far as I know, Hutch has no plans for rerunning prize cars anytime soon. I would love for them to rerun prize cars. I'm sure everyone watching has had a prize car that they wanted that they didn't get the first time. So yeah, hopefully the BAC Mono comes back for your sake. But it probably isn't going to be soon, but that gives you lots of time to bolster your garage rarity strength NA and the goals for today. So I always ask every garage I review, like, what's your goal today? What do you want me to review? What is the outcome that you're looking for? And all he said was he just wants to be a force to be reckoned with. Look at that, man. 2 months old garage, 2.5 month old garage, and he's already dreaming about being a force to reckon with. I respect that. So very similar to my garage, doesn't give a damn about the commons, and honestly, I'm gonna give my personal playstyle. So that's why I'm kind of interested in making this video today, because it also gives me an opportunity to tell you guys how I started playing top drives and how I got really successful and grew the garage to where it is today. So yeah, 3 commons. Again, I already told him in the notes, just full send it, man. Get rid of every single common. And I know what the main argument is going to be. It's 2025, it's not 2017 anymore. Top Drives 2017, Top Drives 2018. If you had 0 comments in your garage, you wouldn't get any penalties for it whatsoever. Like, it would never be a detriment to you. But nowadays, if you have 0 comments in your garage, you're never going to finish a special tag challenge, because there's always one chapter that's always going to force you to use commons. But argument 1 is this: you don't need any commons right now. As we're recording this video, Harrods has ended, Legrand hasn't started. If you really want it, just wait for the common packs to come for Legrand. Open those if you really wanted to compete. No point, having useless commons right now. I don't think the Jazz, the Cobra, or the Suzuki are Legrands. I might be wrong, one of them might be, but then again, I don't have Legrand memorized in my head right now. But I did say in the notes that if there's anything Legrand here, you can just keep it. But that's argument number 1. Argument number 2 is, so what if he has a bunch of commons? You think he's gonna finish any special tag challenge? It's a 2.5 month old garage. It's never gonna go all the way, and even if he gets the uncommon or the common section done, honestly, getting a common section done in a special tag challenge is no different from getting an uncommon section done as well. The packs are relatively cheap, the cars are pretty easy to get, and I would argue that maxing an uncommon, although it's more expensive, is easier than maxing a common, because for an uncommon you can use commons and uncommons. Actually, for any rarity in the game, you can use 2 different rarities to upgrade the car: the rarity below it and the rarity of itself. The common rarity is the only rarity you can only use one rarity to upgrade it, and that sucks. It actually makes it a lot harder to upgrade a common, in my opinion. So yeah, forget about it, man. Your account's brand new. The strategy that I want to give to Nathan, this player, the owner of the garage, is the same one I'm going to give to myself. He wants to be a force to be reckoned with, and he wants to be dominant, but at the same time, it's a brand new garage, and he doesn't really know what to focus on. Look, here's the thing. Play the game like how I did it. When I started playing, I didn't give a crap about almost every single niche. All I cared about was American cars, Dodge, American cars, Dodge. And the thing is, right, it's always going to branch out. So if I'm going to just focus on Dodge, eventually I'm going to grow an American collection as well, right? What are Americans known for? Saloons. So when I grow an American collection, I'll eventually grow into a saloon collection. Who else is good with saloons? The Germans. So you can bleed into the Germans as well. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a natural path of niches that you can focus on. So, you know, he says that his favorite brands are Chevrolet, Chevrolet, Ford, Acura. Look, man, choose 2 out of those 3 and just double down on it, right? Look at every single Chevy in your garage, look at every single Ford in your garage, and to be like, all right, I'm gonna keep that, I'm gonna max that. So if there's ever a Ford challenge, a Chevy challenge, you know, those veteran challenges, or any kind of Ford or Chevy event, you can be more dominant in those events, right? You gotta pick and choose your fights right now. You're a brand new player, you can't be first place in every single event, but if you focus on a certain niche, maybe once or twice a month, you might be able to, you know, break some feathers and break some arms. Arms, feathers, completely different things, but, you know, make some headway into some special events with a stronger niche, right? But yeah, 3 comments, he's got a bunch of trash. So here's the thing about the garage, and I've already stated in the garage reviewed notes. A lot of clutter. One thing I've noticed with brand new players, and honestly for a new garage, this is a lot of slots. Like, did you buy slots? How did you buy your slots? Is the main question. Did you buy pack offers with slots, or did you buy slots direct? That's actually something I never asked. So yeah, how did you get your slots? But you got a lot of slots. I gotta say, for a brand new player, a lot of trash in here, right? A lot of rares, a lot of uncommons. Look, here's the thing. I don't think it's very smart if you're a brand new player and if you are free to play, or even a semi pay to win. Only if you're a whale, then sure, go for it. But if you're a free to play or a semi pay to win, right, there really isn't a point getting a bunch of slots and trying to go for the collector aspect right away. You know, collecting everything, upgrading everything. You're just gonna find yourself overwhelmed, and I think that's the problem with a lot of new players. They find themselves overwhelmed. You need to categorize what you want to focus on. Break them up into chapters, right? Imagine if you wanted to upgrade all your rares at the same time. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember my Clio E-Tech. Yeah, that's 1 star. That probably has 2 upgrades into it. My Chevrolet Chevelle is a 1 star into it. You know, if you try and upgrade everything at the same time, what does that make you? Jack of all trades. And here's a very real example. What are the worst cars in top drives? The Jack of all trades. It's the specialist cars that people always use, that people always want to unpack, that gets you results. And it's the same thing with garages. Why go for a Jack of all trades garage when you're just starting out, when you can just go for the specialist right away? Because if you're just starting out, you might finish, I don't know, 50th here, 40th there, 30th here, and 50th again. But if you at least specialize in something like Acura, Dodge, or Ford, or Chevy, you might finish 80th, 90th in some cases, but then you might be able to finish 20th or even top 10 in some other places, right? So that's how I like to play the game, and that's just my advice I'm going to give to you as well, because it seems like, you know, our end goals kind of do align, which is to be dominant, right? Obviously yours is going to be at a lot smaller scale than mine is, but we're all going to start somewhere. So yeah, look at all this trash. Like, why does a free-to-play account, an account of 2 months, needs 3 Renault Australs, right? Like, I don't even need a single one. It looks a little bit like a Lincoln, honestly. Maybe because the Renault badge and the Lincoln badge, very, you know, vertical, right? But yeah, a lot of stuff here. So I think the main thing, right, is to declutter. I do know that the owner of this garage did start off, you know, playing the game as a free-to-play, but come the new update, I think he actually opened a lot of packs. And then he's going to take a break for a couple of months. Then he's going to open a lot of packs again around Black Friday, per my suggestion. So he has the spending power, but not continuous, right? So at this point, you've already opened a lot of packs. You've got all this little fuse material stuff lying around. And I would identify, I don't know, maybe 10 cars in every rarity to fully upgrade. So for example, if you want 10 super rares to fully upgrade, I'm sure you've got more than enough rares here to go and upgrade those cars, right? Here's the thing. You've got a lot of brand new cars here, right? You got those 2 Renault Alticas, and we saw a lot of just new cars. But the thing is, right, how far do you see yourself going with French Riviera being this new into the game. You've got the cars, but you still need investment to max them out, right? So that's the question that you gotta ask yourself. Let's say that tomorrow a trial series starts. Can you finish it? You really gotta ask yourself, a trial challenge, you know, can you finish that? You know, those challenges are not easy, and they do test a broad spectrum of your garage. I think the safe way to put it is, because you do have like 100 days to finish that challenge, maybe you can keep the newer cars and maybe you can upgrade them accordingly. But is that something that you're gonna want to do? You know, like, I'm gonna put myself in your shoes. Let's say I just started playing Top Drives, brand new update. The smart move is obviously to capitalize on an update, get all the new cars, upgrade the new cars, and then with all the new events, then you'll be able to at least, you know, fight at a pretty high level already. But then that's what my brain is gonna say. That's the option to go for. But what my heart would say is, you know, do you even like these cars? Well, let's say for me, I hate French cars, right? I start Top Drives in an era where there's just been a big French update. Yes, I could go for the French stuff, but will I be happy long term? Will I be happy upgrading all of these French cars knowing that there are a bunch of Ford Mustangs, Chevy Impalas that I'm collecting that I could be maxing instead, right? And maybe in some cases, if you want to go all in on a brand new update, you might even need to put an Impala or a Mustang into those new French cars. To me, that's sacrilegious, right? So it's really down to how you want to play the game. For me, you know, you're a brand new player. I know you've invested a decent amount in the new update, but how I would do it is that for a tri-series, I would probably invest. Because if you have a lot of good high-end cars for a tri-series, that's why I love tri-series compared to big challenges. Think about it in this sense, right? You're a brand new player, you spent a decent amount of money, all right, on some packs, but not a lot, right? And you got a tri-series and you've got a GT series, or you got a tri-series and you've got some kind of challenge, right? Everyone says that the challenge is pay to win friendly, the GT series is pay to win friendly, blah 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 blah. But here's the thing, if I get lucky from my packs, all I need are 5 good cars or even 4 good cars, and I can win a tri-series prize car. If I want to win the challenge, I'm gonna need 20, 30, maybe 40 cars to finish the challenge. Granted, those 20, 30 cars are probably way lower rarity, no legends required, no epics required probably, just some ultra rares and a plethora of super rares, rares, all that kind of stuff, right? It's a lot, you know, easier in terms of rarity. But think about all the rares you need to max, all the super rares you need to max, all the ultra rares you need to max. Makes you think that maybe it might be cheaper if you can open those carbon fibers to just get the higher end stuff, get lucky, win a tri-series, honestly. You know, and it's a lot easier on your slots as well. So yeah, there are pros and cons to each one, right? Those are things to think about, especially if you're a new player. But overall, look at that, man. You gotta declutter, right? Like 2 Subaru XV Crosstreks. I can tell you over 8 years, I don't have that car fully upgraded yet, don't need it. To Subaru XV, whatever that thing is with the white background, completely useless. Lotus Elise, completely, I wouldn't say completely useless, but it's not that good because the Sprint is 1 RQ above, right? A lot of cars here that you can put. As always, you know, Nathan, if you're watching or if anyone is interested in just the rest of the advice I would give for an account like this, the PDF is in the description below. It's more detailed where I talk about cars that he needs to upgrade, cars that he can keep, cars that can fuse away, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, look at this, man. 2 months old garage. I mean, it's like 20 times, 20, 25, 30 times bigger than Gawam's. But yeah, Gawam's is, you know, a strictly free to play, and he plays every day, right? The owner of this account. But obviously, like Gawam's, I play like, I don't know, 2 times a week maybe. So yeah, there's a very big ultra collection. Very, very big ultra collection. I think the biggest thing here is slots. How did you get all these slots? I'm very interested to know. Did you purchase the slots straight up? Did you get the slots from carbon fiber offers? You know, like, yeah, it's a lot of slots. Like, we're still scrolling through the ultra rares here. I mean, it looks like it's upgrading some good stuff. I too would choose to upgrade the Renault Twin Run, the Caterham, and the Alpine A110. I'll throw you one better though. I would probably prefer to choose that TVR Tomorrow and the Audi Q7. So let's play a little game. What are the top 3 cars in this entire screen here? If I could only upgrade 3, what are the 3 that I would pick? I would pick the Tamora, the Q7, and I would pick the Twin Run. Those would be the 3 that I pick, right? But these 2 are pretty good too. Moving on here, I mean, let's play another game. We're in the Epics, so I guess out of these 6, unless you want to count the Epics, but I'll never upgrade this. Out of these 6, what are the top 3 that I would choose to upgrade? I would choose the Stelvio, the BMW, and maybe the Mercedes SL500, perhaps the Mercedes SL500. Sure, I'll do this game a little more, maybe somewhere around here. Okay, so out of these 10 cars, what are the top 3 I would fully upgrade, that I would choose to fully upgrade? I would go for the Renault Sport Megane R26.R, probably the BMW Z4, and the Acura NSX. I mean, obviously, you know, if I was Nathan, I would obviously go for the NSX as well. It's a freaking NSX. That's his dream car. Anyway, moving on to the epics over here. I mean, I guess for the higher end stuff, we could play this game again. But yeah, as you can see, dude invested pretty heavily into the brand new update, right? He's already got the Fluence, the A110, this one as well. He's got 2 of the A220s. Here's the thing, right? If he had the cars fully upgraded, maybe he might have had a chance. I maybe too close to win the prize car. But that's the thing, you know, getting a high-end prize car really early on isn't enough. You need to you need to max them if you want to win a tri-series, right? But anyway, what are the top 3 cars here I would fully upgrade? Escort, E-Legend. Oh, the rest are kind of trash, honestly. I mean, honestly, because, you know, Nathan is a Chevy guy. I'll go for the Corvette Z51. But honestly, no rush to upgrade any of these. Probably just a Ford Escort would be a really, really good one to get. Fully upgraded, maybe. Over here, I would go for, I'll go for the Challenger, the 908, and the Jetta G50. Those are the 3 that I would go for. Moving on to legendaries as well. Dude's got 6 legendaries. Pretty crazy stuff, honestly. Out of the 6 legendaries this guy has in a 2-month-old garage, by the way, or 2.5-month-old garage, I don't even own like 4 of them. I don't own the Agera. I've never unpacked the Agera. Both the Corvettes never had the chance to get. Would love to get them, especially the C7R. Missed my chance on Harriets though, and the Nissan too. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's a good start. But you know, obviously it needs a lot of work. Right now, this garage, in my opinion, it's a lot of quantity, not a lot of quality. So I think it's time to focus on the quality, upgrade the cars you already have, and maybe stop opening packs for a couple of months, right? You know, the way that I would play it, you know, and I'm playing this in like a free-to-play mindset, is for the next couple of months, you've already got the foundation. I wouldn't open a lot of packs. I would focus on maybe getting more slots because, yeah, he's got a lot of slots, but 0 are open, so he's got no more slots left. I would upgrade a lot of the cars in the garage, you know, bolster, like I said, quality over quantity. And then, you know, just over the course of playing the game, hopefully get more ultras, epics, build a small little fuse pile, and then start thinking about upgrading some legends. I mean, you know, whenever you want to compete for a tri-series. I can't believe I'm already giving tri-series advice to an account 2.5 months old, but if you really lock in and just focus on one niche, it really can be possible, especially if you play every day. And also one other thing, spend your purple points. It doesn't matter if you can't 3-star a Yellowbird event, if you can just do like 1 or 2 or something, you know, just don't keep it at 1,000, right? If you can redeem that and get rewards, get the rewards, because if you just leave the purple points there, you know, you're missing out. That's as simple as it is. You're just missing out. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. As always, thank you for watching another episode of Garage Review. If you would like to have your garage reviewed, you feel free to join the Patreon down in the description below, and I'll probably get to it over time. I don't know, man. I do these things like, what, once every 3-4 months? Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jackson.